I've got the Superman binder out, which means it's time for savings challenge games. Welcome to Ready, Budget, Game. Welcome back to Ready, Budget, Go. My name is Drew, and on this channel we talk about cash budgeting, saving money, and achieving our financial goals. If that sounds like something that's interesting to you, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Today, before we get started, I just want to let you know that I'm recording this early in the morning, whereas I usually record in the afternoon or early evening. So if my voice sounds a little different, it's because I woke up maybe half an hour ago and decided to get out the camera and film this week's Savings Challenge games. So we're going to open this up and we're going to get started where we usually do, which is with Loteria, and I will get set up for that, and we'll do that here in just a minute. All right, I'm all set up for Loteria, and I was going to switch back to Millennial Loteria this week, but this game is the one that I had handy, so I just took it out and decided to do this one again. Now, last week I had introduced regular Loteria. I found it at a thrift store, so I picked it up, and so that's what I'm going to do. I also don't have the markers handy, so I'm just going to use my dice arsenal over here to the side and use dice to mark off the symbols that come up. If you haven't seen Loteria before, it's a sort of a bingo-based game, but instead of bingo balls, you use a deck of cards, and you draw the symbols that are on the cards, and you hope that you have them on your card. If you do, you mark them off, and the object is to get 4 in a row, either across, up and down, or diagonally. As a savings challenge game, the way that I play it is that I keep drawing until I make a Loteria, and then I save $1 for every symbol or every marker that I've got down, or every symbol that I've marked on the card. So I'm going to give these cards a shuffle, and this is the original game, and I believe this comes from Mexico. I don't know if it originated in Mexico or originated in Spain or elsewhere, but this particular set was made in Mexico. The cards are not coded, so they're a little tricky to shuffle. So just give it a couple quick shuffles here and a cut, and let's see what we do. Okay, so they're also tricky to deal because they don't have a coating on them. Goodness, okay. So first is La Rosa, and we don't have that. Oops. Next is El Alacran. I do not know how to speak Spanish, so I'm guessing here at some of these, and I don't have that. El Nopal, don't have that. El Violoncello, don't have that. El Cantarito, don't have that. La Luna, don't have that. El Soldado, we do have that, so we'll put it down. La Rana, nope, don't have that. El Arbol, don't have that. El Barril, we have that. So put a die over here. La Bota, don't have that. Oh, tricky. La Bandera, we do have that. La Pera, we have that. La Mano, do not have that. El Corazon, we do have that. El Negrito, have that. El Camarón, do not have that. La Campana, do not have that. El Melon, do not have that. La Calavera, do not have that. El Tambor, do not have that. Oh, and we had the Violoncello. I know that came up, so I'm going to mark that. I didn't see that. El Arpa, do not have that. El Diablito, do not have that. La Muerte, do not have that. El Caso, do have that. Oops, as I knocked the dice bin. Okay, so there's our Loteria. Finally got there. So down we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I will save $8. We put all of this away first. Oops. Okay. Clear all of this off. Put this away. So next week we probably will go back to Millennial Loteria, at least for 1 week, but it's fun to change things up every once in a while. So we'll bring the binder back out. And for Loteria, we'll do 5, 7, and 8. And like always, I will consolidate and condense at the end of the video. So we'll put that in there. Next, we'll do 2025. This is a color and save challenge. This is one that is free in my Etsy shop with any physical products purchase. I counted them this morning and I have 9 left. I keep thinking I have fewer than I actually do, but this time I've counted them and there's only 9, and once they're gone, that's it, they're gone. I'll probably do this again next year. Oh, and I didn't finish coloring in last week's. I'd started to, but I didn't finish it. So I will start another one here. And I will try to remember to come back and color this later. And I'll put $20 in. So we should be up to 100, 200, 20, 40, 60 in here. So that is more than halfway done, because you saved $20 25 times for a total of $500. Okay, next up is going to be Junior's Restaurants, so I'm going to take that out because that's a box challenge. And of course, I didn't put it actually in a box because I don't have one, but that's okay. I just have the cards that are still to be used here. This savings challenge was gifted to me by April's Fresh Start and her son Junior. Over on her channel, she has a link to her Etsy shop, and any of the challenges that are made by her son Junior, she pays the Etsy fees on, and he gets to keep 100% of the profits. So this is a restaurant-themed box challenge. So we have Junior's Steakhouse, Junior's Donuts, Junior's Pizzeria, Junior's Fresh Fruits, Shut the To-Go Box, Junior's Diner Menu, Junior's Diner, which didn't get back in its envelope for some reason. I'll put it back in, and that's probably what we'll draw. Okay. Junior's Hibachi, and Junior's Taco Truck, I think, is the last one. Yep. So these are all my discards for cards that I've already used. So let's give these a shuffle. And pull one out at random. This one here. Junior's Donuts. Okay. So let's go to Junior's Donuts. And for this box challenge, I like to put about $10 in a week. If it goes over a little bit, that's okay. And I need to get out my pen that I've been using. I think at this point, I've been using 2 different colors, kind of interchangeably. So it's whichever one I grab on a given week. So this week, it's going to be this one. Okay, and so we were here, and I'm just doing this as a roll and save, or a roll to get around the board. So let me get out a D6 die. Do a green one here. And we'll give it a roll and see where we go. 2. 1, 2. Okay, so that's a blue donut for $1. So I'm going to check that off. I'm going to take out $1. Okay, I'm going to put this here. Put the die to the side. This one goes back in the mix. And we'll shuffle them up a little bit more. And I'm going to pull one from near the bottom, second to the bottom. 2 times your next scratch and save, or search and save. Okay. So, I don't know how many more search and saves I have left, but let's see if we can find one here. Yep. So that is a kiwi fruit, so that's probably a Junior's fruit stand, and that's going to mean $6 going in there. Let's see. Where's the fruit stand? There it is, and there's the kiwi fruit. Okay, so there's that. I check this one off, and then it goes to the discards. I've been putting the 2x back into the mix. There's two of them. We get out $6 here, or I'll take out 7 and I'll put one away. Okay, so this goes back in. This goes over here. Okay, shuffle, shuffle, and from the middle we've got Junior's Donuts again. Okay, so let's go back to the donut shop, which I think was this way. Yep, there it is. I'll get that D6 back out and we'll roll again. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another dollar. Check that one off. $1. This goes here. Back into the mix. Okay. And from near the bottom again, 3 from the bottom is Search and Save for a lemon for $1. So probably back to the fruit stand. Yep, and there's the lemon. So we've only got one piece of fruit left, and it's the pineapple. And check it off here. And save one more dollar. So I'll put the one back, take a 2. And this will be our last pull for the week. Coming up here. And I'm not going to bother shuffling them. I'll just go 3 in. Oh, goodness. Okay, Search and Save, $5. And this looks like a parfait. So that would probably be breakfast. Maybe at the diner? Yep. All right. So we found the parfait. We'll check it off here. Take out the 5 and put in a 10. So we're putting $14 into Junior's Restaurants this week. Get all of this put away. I think the only other one I had out was the donut shop. So where did that go? There it is. Okay. All right, discards go in the back. All the remaining cards go in the front. Put that away, bring out the binder. Junior's Restaurants is envelope number 3, so we'll put $14 in there. And then I'm going to go to where the clip is, which is way back at like number 9, I think. Yep, number 9. Number 9 is a new game that I found at the thrift store yesterday, so I will take this out and explain it, and we'll do that one here in just a sec. This game is called Sussed, and it's a new game to me that I found at the thrift store. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I want to say it was like $3, something like that. This game comes from somewhere overseas. I'm guessing the UK, just because it has British spelling in it, but it could be Canada, could be Australia, New Zealand, who knows. And in this game, this is one that's meant to be played with multiple people, and it's sort of a icebreaker, getting to know you kind of a game. So it's questions that you're supposed to ask one another, and then gather a response from one person. Everybody else guesses which one is most likely, and then scores points accordingly. I'm not playing it anything like that. Obviously, it's just me. And so what I'm doing is I'm answering the questions, and I'm giving myself $2 for an A answer, $3 for a B answer, and $5 for a C answer. So depending on the question and the answer, that's what I'll save. So the first question here is, which quiz do I think I would be best at? A space quiz, an animal quiz, or a Disney quiz? It's definitely not going to be the Disney quiz. Not a huge Disney fan here. So that one's out. So it's between a space quiz and an animal quiz. Of the two, probably animals is where I'm going to lean. I don't think I would do super fantastic at any of these. Geography, I would nail it. But any of these, So I'm going to say it's going to be an animal quiz. And I'm going to save $3 for that. And I'm going to do one more. Which would I be most proud of? Winning a spelling bee, getting 3 strikes in a row in bowling, and coming top of the scoreboard on an arcade game? Well, I have thrown 3 strikes in a row in bowling. In fact, my best is 6. I did that when I was in high school and I was on the bowling team, but that was a long time ago. And I was proud of it, but I think I would get more enjoyment out of winning the spelling bee. It's definitely not coming in top of the scoreboard in an arcade game because that's temporary. I mean, the game gets reset and your score goes away. So I'm going to say winning a spelling bee. And that's going to be $2. And I'm going to leave the third one for next week. There's lots more cards in the deck, so I will pull in new ones as I finish them. But I'm not putting the whole thing in here because obviously that would make the binder too thick. So I'm going to put 3 back, take out a 5, and that will start sussed. Excuse me. Okay, number 10 is Shut the Box. And this is the game that I started playing last week. I got the 1 through 12 version, and because it's the 1 through 12 version, I am not saving the full amount unless it's a single digit amount, but more than likely I'm adding the digits of what's left. So I'm going to roll the 2 dice that it came with, and we'll see how we do. 6, 9, 7, 10, that's good. Get the high numbers out. 11, even better. Oh, if I could get a 12, that would be so great. 7 again. I'm going to take the 3 and the 4. 12, fantastic. 2, need an 8 or a 6. 7. Okay, so 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 1 is 14. I'm going to save $5, adding the 1 and the 4 to make 5, and that will be Shut the Box for the week. So we'll set that aside. That was pretty good, though. I was impressed with myself that oops, wrong envelope, that I was able to get those high numbers off. But I don't expect that's going to happen every time. Okay, number 11 is a scratch and save. That is the 12 Days of Christmas, which is a challenge that I created. And I will need to get that one out. Fortunately, it's right here on the top along with the next game. So, the 12 Days of Christmas is an A6 size savings challenge that I compiled, and this is available in my Etsy shop. It is professionally printed, and each day of Christmas has a corresponding number of scratch offs to the day of Christmas that it is. So the first day of Christmas has 1, second has 2, third has 3, and so on and so on. So I am just doing this as it comes up. I am going to roll a d12 die, which I will have to dig out. I thought I was going to be so prepared this week, and that just isn't quite how it worked out. So here's a d12. And we'll see which day we do. Number 1 is already done. Number 3. 2, 3. And I'll roll a d6 and we'll see which one we will scratch. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll go this one. And I don't have my scratcher out, so I'm just going to break the video here, dig out the scratcher, and then I'll get to scratching. All right, totally unprepared, but I blame it being pre-dawn. So let's get scratching here. And this one's going to be $12. That cleaned up. I'll take out the $12. This savings challenge game, or this scratch off challenge, in addition to having scratch offs on the front, it also has placeholders on the back. This challenge will save $500 when it's complete, and the placeholders are of various denominations. So as you get things completed, you can use them for that in your envelopes if you wish. And once you have finished the challenge, you can either re-sticker it and do it again, or you've got yourself some placeholders as small as 25 and as large as 500 and everywhere in between. So for this week, this challenge gets the $12. Next, we will do the 12 face cards, which is another scratch challenge that I created. I'll set these aside and we'll bring out these cards. There are 12 face cards in a deck of playing cards, and this scratch-off challenge has one for each of them. On the front, obviously, are 12 scratch-off stickers, and then on the back is an explanation of who that person is supposed to be represented. So, for example, you pick one at random here. The King of Hearts is Charlemagne, who was the king or the emperor of the Holy Roman Emperor back in the 9th century CE. So, I am going to get out a D12. No, I'm not going to get out a D12. I am going to shuffle a deck of cards. You can do it with a die, because they are numbered here at the bottom, 1 through 12. But I do this with a standard deck of cards that I shuffle and cut, and then I keep drawing cards until I find a face card, and then that is the one that we do. So, let's give them a shuffle. And a cut. And here we go. Oh, there we go. King of Hearts. And that is Charlemagne. That was the one that we were just on. I think we might have scratched one on him before. No, we haven't. Okay. So now I'm going to roll a d12, and I will determine which one to scratch. Number 2, so that'll be right here. Charlemagne says we save $3 this week. So I'm going to get out the vacuum. And I'm going to do $3. And just for the heck of it, I am going to keep dealing, and we'll do one more because $3 was pretty small. So let's see where we go next. Queen of Spades, Dirty Dora. So that is the second one, and we've only scratched one on her, so I'll roll a d12 again. Number 3, 1, 2, 3. $12. I'm so glad that I went again. You know, it's the classic paradox. You go again when you get a low one and you get a high one. Okay, so I'm going to put back $3 and take out 15. Put this one away. $15 goes into envelope number 12. And then back to the front. We're doing the Savings Challenge books on Wednesday nights now. We've already done Loteria, we've done 2025, and we've done Junior's Restaurants. So next up is Dicetropolis. Dicetropolis is a set of 12 dice-based games. They're all based on D6. Get out the dashboard here. The dashboard has the first game on the back of it. There are 12 games in total, and you can get this on my Etsy shop either as a physical item or as a digital download. If you buy it as a physical item, it will come to you on these A6 size cards that are professionally printed on glossy stock paper, so you can use a dry erase marker and use them again and again and again and again, which is what I do. Or you can get them as a digital download and print them yourself, and then you either have to continually reprint them or use a pencil or laminate them and then use wet erase or dry erase. Your choice. So I think we'll go green this week. Actually, you know what? We'll do orange. It just feels like an orange kind of day. So I'm going to roll the d12, and that will tell us which game we're going to play. I also have a video up on my YouTube channel when I release Dicetropolis, number 1, so that'll be Boston, of instructions on how to play all 12 different games. So there's instructions on the card, but also I did a video on it if you'd like to go and watch that. Okay, so for Boston, we need 3 d6 dice. So I'm going to set up the dice tower here. Move these cards off to the side. And the scratcher tool. And with this game, you roll them and you set aside the highest number out of each roll. Now, if you're playing low budget, set aside the lowest number. But I do the high. And then if the total is too much, then I may add the digits together and save that. It just depends. Okay, so here we go. 3d6 dice. So the first one is going to be a 6, and we're going to take that aside. So 6. Roll number 2. Also a 6. Roll number 3 is a 5. So 12 plus 5 is 17. And I am going to stop there, and I am going to save the $17. So the most you'll save with Boston is 18 for 3 6s. The least you'll save is $3 for 3 1s. And if I were doing the low budget way, I probably would have ended up with maybe, I don't know, 5 6, something like that. But this one, I ended up very high. I have had games where I'm saving the highest number and I end up with like a 3, a 2, and a 2. So it can be low, it can be high. I like the volatility. Okay, so $17, 5, 10, 15, that's going to wipe me out of 5s, but that's okay. That goes into Dicetropolis, which is number 4. 5, 4. Clean this off with my finger. This is the dashboard, so I will put it back in. Okay, and next we'll do envelope number 5, which is left, center, right. So I'll get that game out here. Left, center, right is another dice-based game. It's one that I adapted for the purposes of doing savings challenges. You can get this in any game store, and I've explained how I play this a few times, but for anyone who's new, because I've had quite a few new followers lately, I will go through it real quick. So this game comes with a whole bunch of chips and 3 special dice. So I'm going to move the chips over to the side here, and I'm going to take 3 out and move them into the center. And I wish these chips were any color other than blue, but that's okay. You roll these dice, and on them will either be the word right, the word left, or a star. The star means center, or it will have this dot on it. There are 3 dots on the die, on each die, and then the word left once, the word right once, and the star once. So there's a 50-50 chance that you're going to get a dot. If I get a dot, I take another chip from the side and I bring it into my pot. If it says left, I move it to the left. If it's center, I move it to the center. And if it says right, I move it to the right. And I keep going until I'm out of chips in the pot here. So, it's 3 of them. And sometimes the game is over on the first roll. Sometimes the game goes and goes and goes until I run out of chips. I cap this game at $10, which is good because that's probably about all I've got left here. So let's see how we do this week. Okay, so we've got 2 more chips and 1 to the left. I'll bring these up here so you can see them. 1, 2. Okay, 1 to the right, 1 to the center, and 1 coming in. 3 more coming in. Okay, 1 to the right, 1 to the center, and 1 to the left. 2 to the left, and 1 more coming in. And 2 to the left. So that's the end of the game. Oh, no, it isn't. I'm sorry. 1 more coming in. Okay, 1 more coming in, 1 to the left, and 1 to the center. So I'm going to be saving the left pile, which is $2, $4, $6, $7 this week. So let me take that out and put that into envelope 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Move this game over to the side. I'll worry about cleaning it up later because I'm almost to the end here. The last thing that I'm going to do is envelope number 6, which is a scratch challenge. This is a freebie that's available. Well, it's not really available in my Etsy shop, but it comes free with an order of $75 or more. So this is utterly fabulous. It's a dual-sided. One side saves 100, the other side saves 25. I've already completed the 25. I've got 1 scratch left on the 100. I have no idea how much it's going to be. I don't do IOUs for game night, so if this is more than what I have here, then I will just take that out and it will come out of the Wednesday savings games. Let's see here. Oh, goodness. $17. So that is going to be a big amount coming out of Wednesday, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 10 more dollars, and I've got that right over here. So 17 going in. I will take $10 out of the game night, well, not the game night, the Wednesday Savings Challenge books. We clean this up here real quick. This challenge is done, so I'm going to set this one to the side. Actually, I'm going to put a challenge completed sticker on it. So let me come over here. Envelope 6. There's still Elephantastic left to do, which is another one that's also free with a $75 purchase. You get both. So we'll put this one back. We'll do this probably next. Well, I don't know if we will get to it next week, but next time it comes around, we'll be doing that one. I'm going to put the marker here on envelope 7, which is flip 7. So this away for right now. We'll come back and consolidate that in a sec. And then let me see if I've got a challenge completed sticker. I think I do. My bag of fun here. There we go. Nope, I've got full. Well, let's see. I've got the fully funded, so let me see if I've got a challenge completed. I sure do. Okay, great. So this one gets a challenge completed, and I'm going to put it on the big money side because that was the bigger achievement. We'll do like that. These are also available in my Etsy shop. They are high quality, professionally printed stickers. And I think, if I'm working on a challenge that takes me a while to finish, and I've been working on this since I started game night, I don't know how many months ago now. That's something that I'm going to keep the challenge, but I also want to memorialize that I got through it. This is money that I didn't spend, but I put toward bigger goals. So I've marked that here. Set all of this to the side. And then I will bring back the binder here, and in just a sec, I will be back and I'll do a consolidation. All right, let's condense. I got the cash tray all set up for it. I'm not going to touch the books because we didn't play those in this session. We'll do that on Wednesday. In Loteria, we've got 10, 100, 10, 15, 20. So I'm going to take all of this out and put in a 20. This goes back. I don't have a particular endpoint in mind for Loteria. I just like playing it, especially the millennial version. It is so relatable for people of my vintage. Okay, 2025, so we should have 260. Let's see if we do. Yep, it looks like. So I'm going to put these 3 20s back, take out a 50 and a 10. It doesn't consolidate much, but it makes a difference. Okay, envelope number 3, Junior's Restaurants. 110, 12, 14, 15, 20. So this goes back for a 20. I've still got a lot left to do on Junior's Restaurants, and the fact that it's saved 120 already is really great. So put that in there. Dicetropolis has 100, 20, 40, 55, 7, 9. So I'm going to put back the 20s and the 5s, and we'll take out a 50. Okay. Left, center, right has a big pile because it got all those ones this week. All right, so it has 50, 70, 90, 95, 97, 99, 100. So I'm going to start with that. We'll take out 100. And we'll put back the 50, the two 20s, 5, this 1, these 2s. Just easier to do it this way. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll grab a 5 for all of that. Okay, so $106 in Dicetropolis, or left, center, right. Okay. Elephantastic. I'm actually going to take out the amount that was for Utterly Fabulous, which was $125, and I'll consolidate whatever's left. So 125. So left, we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18. All of these go back. This is going to be a lot thinner when I get done. Okay, and then we didn't play Flip 7. We didn't play Quicks. 9, we just started. That's sussed. 10, shut the box. We can consolidate 2 5s for a 10. That has $11 in it. 12 Days of Christmas. 20, 40, 50, oh goodness, 50, 70, 80, 90, 5, 97, 99. Well, that's frustrating. Okay. Well, I can consolidate 2 10s for a 20 at least. Next time this comes up, which should be next week, we'll be able to swap these for a larger placeholder. And then the 12 face cards has 50, 70, 90, 100, 10, 12. Okay. So we'll leave the 12. We'll put everything away, everything else away. 70, 90, 100, 10, 12. Perfect. Okay. So that's everything condensed from what we touched today, and notably thinner. Perfect. So I want to thank you so much for joining me for game night. Wednesday night will be the Savings Challenge books, where we will do Zodiac Save with the Stars, General Greenback and the Frugality Force, and The Life of a Creator. So come back and join me on Wednesday for that. Friday or Saturday, but probably Friday, will be the weekly budget update video. Next weekend, I will have my, or this coming weekend, I will have my May budgeting video up. And then, yeah, Monday night next week again for game night. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment down below. And until I see you in the next one, take care.